Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Tuesday, December the 19th, and welcome to our video commentary. Today we're going to remember an anniversary, something that happened 19 years ago that has become all of a sudden very relevant to what is happening in our politics. I'm talking about the 19th anniversary, back in 1998, of President Clinton being impeached. It was on this day that the House of Representatives voted to impeach President Clinton on grounds of perjury, obstruction of justice, and a couple of other things. It then went to the U.S. Senate, where there was not a conviction, although 55 of the 100 senators voted to convict him. They needed 67. They couldn't get any Democrats to vote against President Clinton, so he was not convicted. President Clinton thus becomes the second president in American history to be impeached. The other one, Andrew Johnson, back in 1867, like Mr. Clinton, he was not convicted in the U.S. Senate, although that one came down to one vote. But we say this is relevant because all of these allegations of sexual misconduct have been in the news recently. And in fact, a senator from New York, Senator Gillibrand, who ironically replaced Hillary Clinton in the Senate and who until not that long ago was receiving money from the Clintons, and President Clinton himself was campaigning for her in the U.S. Senate in New York not long ago. But nevertheless, she made a really interesting remark. She said that maybe President Clinton should have resigned back in 1998. And this is all coming, of course, on the heels of Al Franken, John Conyers, Harvey Weinstein, Matt Lauer, Charlie Rose, and many, many others who have become targets, or at least have been accused of sexual misconduct. Some have resigned, like Al Franken. Others have chosen to retire, like John Conyers. And some have lost their media jobs, like Matt Lauer and Charlie Rose, and so on. And it becomes important because once again, we can go back and see what I believe was the great mistake that the Democrats made in 1998. They decided to protect Bill Clinton in 1998. They basically rallied around him. In fact, some of the feminists back then were basically saying, well, this doesn't make any difference. It doesn't really impact the way he does his job. They also went after the women who had accused President Clinton. And this is rather ironic because of the so-called Me Too movement of today. But back then, many of the women who accused President Clinton were targeted by the Democrats and targeted by the White House, and there was an effort to destroy them. The only reason they didn't destroy Monica Lewinsky is because she didn't send a particular dress to the laundry. Had that dress not existed, there would have been no proof, of course, or no way of proving that President Clinton had been with Monica Lewinsky. But all of this, of course, raises this whole question of should he have resigned or not. Now, I was one of those 19 years ago who was saying that he should have resigned, that I think that to have put the country through the impeachment, I supported the impeachment, but to put the country through that was rather unnecessary. A resignation would have been a much better solution to that problem. I had a bunch of Democrats going down to the White House and said, look, you need to resign. I mean, this is unacceptable behavior on the part of a president, on the part of a man, period. This is unacceptable behavior. But they didn't. They stuck with Bill Clinton. They defended him. And now I think to some extent we're seeing the wages of that pact that they made with the devil back in 1998. And now you're seeing that this topic is exploding and in many ways tainting the reputation of Bill Clinton in a way that I don't think Mr. Clinton or Mrs. Clinton or frankly a lot of Democrats thought it would happen. I think most Democrats did not think that we were going to be talking about the anniversary of Bill Clinton's impeachment 19 years later. I think most of them thought this would pass and this whole thing would be forgotten. Well, it's not. It is not going to be forgotten. In fact, this topic is right there on the front pages, and it's only going to get worse, I think, for the Clintons because there's other issues, of course, that we've talked about before, other issues surrounding the Clintons that I think will come out in the front with the FBI and all of this other stuff being investigated. But today we remember an anniversary that I didn't think, frankly, we'd be talking about, and that is the anniversary of the impeachment of Bill Clinton on this day, on December 19th, 1998. We have all of these commentaries over at YouTube. We also have them on my blog, and we also have them on Twitter. Have a great day, everybody. It's raining really hard here in the Dallas area on this last few days of the Christmas season. I hope wherever you are that you're having a good Christmas. And again, we say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. And thank you so much for watching the videos. Bye-bye, everybody.